Sammy's raised this pot, and Iverson has re-raised him. Oh, look at this.
All in.
Wow. Talk about putting the pressure on. He makes a good call, though.
He makes the call. Wow, huge call. We're flipping coins for 21,000 euros. 10 changes, not much.
Albert's got to be feeling a lot more comfortable. That 3 means no help.
Absolutely heroic call by Iverson.
That is going to be a bad flop for Bambus.
Car crash for him. It's a horrible game, isn't it?
Put 3,500 in there. Well, one thing's for certain, this is going to be a very big pot. Well, he's called. He's going to see what happens on the turn.
There's no way Bambos can get away from this, is there?
I don't think so.
Oh, the insta-call.
That's going to be a bit of a clue to Bambus.
Horrible for him to hear that insta-call, and he's going to hate this. 38,625 euros in this pot. Monster pot. It's a blank.
And that's going to be a big, big pot for Eric Liu. Definitely would have liked the first card out, Bambus. Bambus being a little bit clever, checking his middle pair. Here Bambus is going to call. Curious to see just how far Andy Black takes this bluff.
The first time these two have been involved.
Well, Andy Black's moved all in, putting Bambus to the test. Great play there from Bambus. Very good play.
Good call, Bambus.
Hello and welcome to Season 2 of the PokerHeaven.com European Cash Game. This year's event got off to a rather relaxed affair as familiar faces were joined by the new for an evening of fine dining and highbrow conversation.
The evening tonight, it's been great. I mean, I think it was really good to get to know the players before tomorrow. Like this, it's not going to be like so cold on the table and you get a bit more relaxed.
But they'd all come here for one reason. It wasn't long before their thoughts turned to the game at hand.
I'm very excited about the game tomorrow and I would love to play my perfect game.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited about tomorrow. Hopefully I can win some money.
I'm very excited. I think I'm just going to try to do my best. Even if I'm more of a tournament player, I know I can give a bit of war tomorrow as well.
Once again, we've gathered up a stellar lineup for this Europe's premier cash game. From EPT champions to online sensations, poker legends to future superstars, they've all arrived to take on defending champion Eric Liu.
So there's Mr. Andy Black over there. He just walked off, pushing me around. He pushed me around physically, but he can't push me around on the poker table. I'm not going to let that happen.
I don't know, a strategy. Try not to lose all my money, that's a strategy. Try to make a lot of money. That's another strategy.
A no-limit Texas Hold'em cash game brings with it the pressure to perform, as players take to the felt knowing that one false move, untimely bluff, or single river card can take a big chunk from their personal fortune. Ultimately, this game is about raking in the money. Win and they can bully the table, lose and they'll have to call on the banker, top up and get back in the game. Whether they're an accomplished veteran or an emerging talent, only one thing is certain: anything can happen. This is the clash of the season, and here are your players. Seat 1 is Andreas Højvold from Norway. A well-respected player on the circuit, he has an EPT championship to his name, and he'll put his cash game to the test today. Seat number 2 is Bruno Fitoussi, the legend from Paris. He has over $2 million in tournament winnings and is a feared cash game player. Seat number 3 is UK's Andrew Feldman. Starting with $30,000, he has over $500,000 in live tournament winnings and has amassed millions online. Seat number 4, this is Ricardo Souza. He has 3 EPT cashes to his name. His online nickname is Lost Lucky. Let's see if he finds his luck today. Seat number 5 is the Mad Monk himself. Andy Black is from Northern Ireland and a poker legend. He had a 5th place at the WSOP main event and has over $4 million in tournament winnings to his name. Seat number 6 is Leo Margetts from Barcelona, Spain. She was the longest-lasting woman at the 2009 WSOP main event, cashing in for over $350,000 in only her 2nd year as a pro. Seat 7 is this year's defending champion Eric Liu. He was last year's cash game winner. A card runner's instructor and feared high-stakes cash game player, he'll be a force to be reckoned with today. And finally, making up our Cosmopolitan lineup is Jens Kulinen from Finland, playing as Jeans online. He won the EPT Scandinavian Open in 2009 for over $1.1 million. And this is tournament director Barry Mundy. An experienced cash game runner, Barry will make sure all the players stay in line and behave themselves. Good luck, Barry. You are up against the odds, mate. Now to analyse all of the action, we've gone straight to the top. One of the UK's top cash game players sits alongside me. Neil Channing, great to have you with me.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. I'm very happy to be here. Way more happy to be here in the commentary box than sitting out there on the table. European Cash Game 1 wasn't the cheapest experience of my life, and I don't think I won one pot, so I'm glad to be watching how it's done.
You got out while you're massively behind.
Basically.
We're going to be playing 50 and 100 euro blinds, and the players are bringing a minimum of 10,000 euros to the table. A couple have more than that. Eric Liu started with 20,000 euros in your shot there in the black shirt, and Andrew Feldman's brought 30,000 euros to the table.
You can't do that. That's one of the things that you can't say that.
That's Andy Black on the right.
Sick man.
And that, contemplating his action, is Jens Kulinen. Very young player from Helsinki. And we've got big action on the first hand now.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It looks like Ricardo's the original raiser, and Leo Margetts has called, and Jens has taken the opportunity to 3-bet from the small blind. Andy Black was in the pot as well. I do apologise.
Andy Black's called the squeeze from Jens, and he'll play this one in position.
Queen 10.
Yeah, I don't know whether Jens has a lot of experience of playing Andy Black in cash games. I've had a few sessions with him. I would say that generally speaking, if you're looking to make him lay down hands pre-flop, you're going to be cycling uphill most of today.
Now Jens has 3-bet this. He started with 100 big blinds, and he's flopped and his straight draw. You wouldn't imagine he's going to be folding at any point, right?
No, absolutely. I mean, King Jack offsuit. It's pretty interesting that he chose to 3-bet, early in the session, out of position with a hand, pretty weak hand, King Jack. I mean, I prefer 3-betting than calling a raise out of position with this hand.
14. That was 14.
I might have gone for just folding it, but it worked out for him.
Let's have a quick reminder about the rules of Texas Hold'em. To get started, one player is made the nominated dealer or button. The two players to the left post the small and big blinds. These are forced bets to get the action started. The big blind is always double the small blind, but unlike a tournament, the blinds rarely change. However, they can sometimes be increased to spice up the action. We start here with 50 and 100 euros. Once the blinds have been posted, everyone is dealt 2 cards. These are called hole cards. The action starts with the player to the left of the big blind. They can either call the bet, raise it, or fold. Betting continues clockwise around the table. Once the betting round is complete, 3 cards are placed face up in the centre of the table. This is called the flop. These are the community cards for all the players to use. Then we have a further round of betting, after which the 4th card, the turn, is placed in the middle. This is followed by some more betting, and the last community card, known as the river. We finish off with a final round of betting, and the best 5-card hand at Showdown takes the money. That's Andrew Feldman. He's done well in poker quickly, Neil.
He certainly has. Yes, I was reading in the national press how he recently moved up from doing a paper round to winning 4 million playing online poker. He tells me that all he gets now is begging letters from people and some people in the street coming up to him and asking him for money.
Nice life. He's worked his way up from a paper round, and me and you are working our way back down to a paper round, right?
There's nothing wrong with honest labour. I recently took on my 3rd paper round.
Well, we've got action in this hand. It'll involve Andrew Feldman, as well as a couple of the others. So we might have a 4-way pot here.
Cool.
Eric Lee's the original raiser, called in 3 positions. Possible that
some of these players have watched the
King,
European
7,
Cash
queen.
Game Season 1 and seen how wide Eric Liu
Check.
raises.
Yeah, Eric Liu there, he's found a suited ace, he's in relatively late
Check.
position. Nothing wrong with that, goes for the raise. Jens probably feels like it's okay to call because he has position and he's got a suited connector,
Check.
so that seems okay.
And check.
And I like the fact that Andrew Feldman
King.
didn't go for the 3-bet with the king-queen. I would have been in the same spot. He's out of position. And obviously it's all going quite smoothly for him in this hand.
Yeah, his problem is obviously it's such a big hand. It's not that likely somebody else has a
8.
big hand, I guess.
Well, he's chosen to check the flop, which is sort of fairly standard thing for someone to do, having flop so big. And having then improved on the turn, he's checked again, and Eric Liu's gone for the delayed continuation bet, and Andrew's now going for the maximum Hollywood. Obviously, we can see the hands. We know he's very unlikely to get any more out of this. I'd imagine he'll be looking to just flat call.
26.52.
It's actually a check raise, Neil.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether I like that check raise. I mean, it obviously is unlikely to get any money out of it,
And
but
pass.
if you're up against a guy, you know, with some kind of... You've got to give the guy some kind of chance to hit something, haven't you, really?
Yeah, I mean, you could perhaps slow play again on the basis that if he's got a big hand, you're going to get lots of money in the river anyway. Is that the thinking?
Well, maybe the argument for the check raise is he's out of position. If he just flat calls, it'll probably go check on the river, and if he just leads on the river small, he might get paid off by someone with a marginal hand.
Andrew Feldman off to a winning start in our cash game. He's up over €2,000 in the early running.
Must be nice.
It is very early days. One of the interesting things about this cash game, of course, Neil, is that a lot of these players won't have played with each other before, and they will be
350.
having a look, starting to build their reads.
Yeah, one or two in Andreas Heuvold and Ricardo Souza are quite regulars on the EPT. Andy Black travels around and plays a few EPTs. So those three might have seen each other a little bit. But you're right. I'd imagine not too many of them have put in long cash sessions together.
Right.
European Cash Game 1 it did involve Andy Black and Eric Liu right through, so they'll know a little bit about each other. And Eric Liu, I think, will be quite happy to have position on Andy Black today.
Leo Margetts has
2, 6,
opened this
king.
pot with pocket 10. She's got 2 callers and 1 overcard to her tens.
Check.
Surprised you didn't wager a continuation bet there, Neil? Or do you think checking's better?
Well, it's a relatively dry board. Nobody's going to be doing too much drawing. So she's either way ahead or way behind in this situation.
I'll be honest, I bet.
I might have gone for a check and go for a delayed continuation bet. See if I can get a smaller pair to pay me off. But,
8.
Now she's going to bet. 800 she makes it.
Bruno's picked up a small flush draw now. He's not really getting the odds to hit it, and it's a paired board, so really he should fold, but he's also got Andrew Feldman behind him. He could think about raising.
Call.
I don't really like calling. I think that's a bad play. There's 2,000 in the pot, and it's costing him 800, so he's getting 2.5 to 1. The odds on him hitting his flush are much nearer to 4 to 1. And also the board's paired, so he could hit his flush and be beaten anyway. Plus he's got a very small flush. It's possible that Leo could have a bigger flush. So generally speaking, yuck. Thumbs down to that play.
12.
Now this bet from Leo on the river, I'm not sure about either, because perhaps check calling is a better option. What's she getting value from on the river there?
Well, you're right. If she check calls, she gives Bruno a chance to bluff on the end, but she perhaps read him for a draw. He didn't show any aggression on the flop. The deuce on the turn doesn't figure to help him, and when he just calls on the turn, probably he's got a draw anyway. Yeah, I guess check calling is probably a better play.
Coming up after the break, we've got more action from the PokerHeaven.com European Cash Game.